Good morning, YouTube. I wanted to make a quick video, and I know sometimes they're not quick, but this morning it's going to be a quick video about fentanyl. Again, I'm sorry, this is like my third video on fentanyl, but I think it's important. I think what I need to communicate is how very tiny amount of fentanyl is required for an overdose. So I actually tried to put it into a perspective where most people would understand. Fentanyl is dosed in micrograms. And how much is that? Well, most of us don't deal in micrograms, so it doesn't mean anything to us. But a microgram is a tiny amount. And when we talk about dosing of fentanyl, for example, if an ambulance brings in somebody with a fractured leg, a compound fracture where the bone is sticking through the skin, they usually give 50 to 100 micrograms of fentanyl for pain control. 50 to 100 micrograms. So how much is that? Well, I looked it up, and 1 grain of salt weighs about 50 micrograms. So remember, a dose to treat somebody with a bad fractured leg is about 1 to 2 grains of salt worth of fentanyl. Well, you can imagine it doesn't take too many grains before you've overdosed. So just to let you know that an overdose of fentanyl doesn't require a whole lot of fentanyl, and that's why it's common, because fentanyl is laced into other street drugs, other drugs on the street, or, so don't take, pills from friends or something like that, because if it's laced with fentanyl, it doesn't take much more than a couple of grains of salt worth of fentanyl to kill you. Sorry to be on a downer today, but I think it was important. I just had a case of fentanyl overdose that I talked about in another video, and I just thought I'd reiterate how very little fentanyl it takes. I hope that helps. Again, I'm Dr. Joe Kraft, and this is the Medical Minute.